To a really tough Bachelorette finale, and as you can see, Jenn has joined me here again, and she was really emotional backstage. Of course, we didn't show you the beautiful proposal between Devin and Jenn, and it really was beautiful, I must say, because we wanted you to hear Jenn first. Jenn, I'm so sorry. And I don't really even know how to get into this.
I'm sorry. It's been a really hard couple of months. We had left Hawaii engaged, like very, very happy. It was the happiest day of my life. I had thought that I'd found the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And then, I mean, essentially, I think, like, as soon as we had left Hawaii, things were just different. It kind of just felt like he was pulling away. All the promises that he had made to me of, like, wanting to move somewhere together and wanting to have this future planned out and wanting to see each other all the time. And it just slowly, he was pulling away, and the efforts were just inconsistent, and he wasn't calling as much, texting as much. And it just, I felt like I was confused. I didn't understand because we had just left so happy. So I had promised my life to somebody that I thought was going to put every effort into the relationship, and I just didn't feel that. I felt like I was secondary to everything in his life at that point. Like, he wasn't introducing to me to his family anymore. Like, it was just like every little thing made me feel secondary to his life, and I didn't understand why. And we had a happy couple planned sometime like last month early, and the night before I'd gotten a phone call, and he called me, and he basically broke off the engagement. And he had basically said that he didn't love me anymore and didn't feel the same way and felt like something had been off since the second that he proposed. He regretted getting engaged, and I didn't know. And I knew all along it was just like different, but I just didn't know. And for the past month, I've been trying to empathize with the way that he had been feeling, trying to wrap my head around how he could switch up like that. Like, you know, he was making bold proclamations of love and just basically telling me that he would do anything, that he couldn't live without me. And then suddenly the next day it was like nothing, and that he denied ever being in love. And I don't know, I was trying to sympathize. I was like, okay, maybe it's like the pressure of the engagement. Like, I know how hard it is to be on the show and then get off. Like, it's a lot, it's different, it's not real life. It wasn't real, like it was, but like when you're coming off the show, it's hard. So I was like, okay, let's take the pressure off of the engagement. We can just date, like we can just be together. We don't have to be engaged. Like, I want a life with you. I don't need a ring on my finger. And it was just, he was checked out. It wasn't what he wanted anymore. And I've been fighting for the relationship, trying to do everything I can to, I don't know, just empathize with him and try to make things work, essentially. And he didn't want to go to couples counseling. He didn't want to fight for the relationship anymore. He was just done.
I'm so sad to hear you say that, Jenn. But if I'm being honest, I'm also shocked because Devin always spoke so passionately about how much he loved you, and he said that he would never abandon you. He said that you were the most important thing in his life. So do you feel like he held himself to all that?
I don't know. When he had said he felt pressured to get engaged and that he didn't want it, I almost believed him for a second, and I tried to empathize, and then watching this all back, it's like nobody forced him to say the things that he did. And he was sitting here telling his mom that I was the one and that he'd never felt this way about anybody before. He sat in front of my mom and said that I was the one and that he knew what it was like to have somebody abandon you, and that he wanted to be the one to wake up every day and pick me and choose me, and that he felt like he was the man to do that. So I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what changed. I don't know what was happening through his head, but all these promises that he had made to me, all of the love that he had wanted to give to me wasn't there anymore.
When was the last time you two saw each other?
The last time we saw each other was over a month ago at our last happy couple, like back in July.
Are you ready to see him now?
I don't know. I mean, I'd been trying to see him and just like have a conversation with him, and like I thought we were on the same page of like, okay, like no matter how this ends, like we both owe each other a conversation, and he's just been avoidant ever since, and just like almost like leading me on here and there, being like, yes, we're on the same page, let's have a conversation, and then ghosting me the next week. And it's like, we were full-blown engaged and in love, and now you're ignoring my text like I mean nothing to you.
Okay. I know this may be very hard for you, but we are going to bring Devin out. We're going to do that when we come back.